Buffalo Trace Distillery just made a move bourbon fans have been waiting for, officially announcing the release of a brand new Eagle Rare 12-year bourbon. But what makes this release so special? How does it compare to the 10-year, and what should you expect when it hits shelves? Stick around because today we're covering everything you need to know about Eagle Rare 12-year. From its history and specs, to the flavor profile, my personal thoughts, and whether this bottle is going to be worth chasing. And if you enjoy videos like this where we break down new whiskey releases and distillery news, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a single drop. Eagle Rare has been a staple in the bourbon world for decades, best known for its 10-year age statement, approachable flavor, and solid value for the price. But now, Buffalo Trace has officially announced a new permanent addition to the Eagle Rare lineup, Eagle Rare 12-year bourbon. This isn't a one-off limited edition like the Eagle Rare 17 from the Antique Collection or the Rare Double Eagle Very Rare. According to Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare 12 is meant to be a full-time, ongoing release. A move that's been made possible by their recent $1.2 billion distillery expansion and new rickhouses. So what are the specs on this new release? Eagle Rare 12 is bottled at 95 proof, giving it a slight bump over the classic 90 proof Eagle Rare 10. It uses Buffalo Trace's low rye mash bill number 1, the same recipe behind other popular labels like Buffalo Trace Bourbon, E.H. Taylor Small Batch and Stag Jr. The extra 2 years of aging are expected to add depth and richness, while the modest proof increase should give it a little more body and character, without overpowering the approachable, balanced style that Eagle Rare is known for. While full-tasting notes will really come to life once bottles hit shelves this summer, early reports from industry insiders and preview tastings suggest a flavor profile that leans into rich vanilla, toasted oak, almond, and toffee. On the nose, you'll likely pick up sweet oak, light baking spices, and subtle almond notes. The palate promises to deliver a creamy mouthfeel, layered with dark caramel, nutty undertones, and mellow oak spice. And as for the finish, expect it to linger with warm toffee, soft leather, and a gentle peppery kick. A step up in complexity from the 10-year, thanks to the added maturity and higher proof. Now let me give you my honest take on this release. I personally think this is going to be an exciting and potentially delicious addition to the Eagle Rare lineup. If Buffalo Trace selected the right barrels and balanced the extra aging well, this could become a new favorite for a lot of bourbon drinkers. But, and it's a big but, I do wonder if Buffalo Trace can really sustain enough inventory to keep a 12-year age-stated Eagle Rare on shelves regularly, especially considering how tricky it already is to find Eagle Rare 10 in some markets. Another thing I'm curious about is just how different it'll really taste from the regular Eagle Rare 10-year. Sure, it's a little older and a touch higher in proof, but is it going to feel like a distinctly different pour, or more like an amped-up version of the same classic Eagle Rare profile? And here's one more question for you. Will we see store picks of Eagle Rare 12-year down the road? Regular Eagle Rare picks have been fan favorites for years, and if Buffalo Trace opened up a barrel program for the 12-year, that could seriously shake up the bourbon world. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think about this. Would you chase a 12-year store pick? One of the most surprising details about the Eagle Rare 12 release is the price point. Buffalo Trace announced an MSRP of $49.99, which is honestly pretty impressive for a 12-year age-stated bourbon in today's market. That said, while it's meant to be a regular, ongoing release, early demand is expected to be sky-high. Allocations will start in the US this June, with an international rollout later this fall. If history's any indication, bottles will likely sell over MSRP for a while. But as Buffalo Trace's expanded facilities increase supply, we might finally see bottles settle closer to retail down the line. So where does Eagle Rare 12 fit in the broader lineup? You've got the classic Eagle Rare 10-year, one of the best values in bourbon when you can find it. Then this new 12-year offering more maturity and proof at a still accessible price. From there, the lineup jumps to Eagle Rare 17-year, part of the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, and then to the ultra-rare Double Eagle Very Rare and Eagle Rare 25-year. The 12-year is meant to give everyday bourbon drinkers a way to experience a more mature, complex Eagle Rare without chasing down rare bottles or breaking the bank. So there you have it, everything we know so far about Eagle Rare 12-year bourbon. I'm excited to get my hands on a bottle, and I'm curious to hear what you think about it too. Drop a comment below and let me know if this is a bottle you'll be chasing this summer, or if you'd rather stick with the 10-year. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss new whiskey releases and bourbon deep dives just like this.